started. This one will have screen share, by the way. The stream will be in both locations, YouTube and on Twitch. So make sure you join us, and welcome to our YouTube viewers. We're now streaming in 2 different locations at the same time. Twitch.tv/smAsho and at youtube.com/smAsho. Perhaps check out the companion video. We'll upload that at a later time. And YouTube will be talking about our Festivus poll and how we're bringing in summer the correct way by behaving as a pirate. Yes. So welcome YouTube, welcome Twitch. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you're doing in the final minutes of your springtime. Or perhaps if you're in the southern hemisphere, the final moments of your autumn. Anyway, we've decided to go with a pirate theme tonight. And give us one moment, we'll be right back. All right, ye scurvy dogs, we apologize for the delay, but I had to step out and get me a beverage. And it's not Captain Morgan's spiced rum. Oh, nay. It's not that at all, is it? It's seltzer water. Yes, the cheap store brand. Seltzer water. All right, so don't worry, folks. I didn't take my eye out with a BB gun. I'm just dressed as a pirate to conserve me night vision in case we need to go back above decks and leave the smash bunker. By the way, we're actually at warp speed in the smash bunker right now. You can hear can you hear the hum of the smAsho engines? So how does the Twitch stream look? Does it look all right? Hopefully there's not too much debris, as the room that we make the videos in is a complete disaster. I can barely walk across it. There's like a path. I won't I won't abuse anybody's sensibilities by showing the level of destruction in the room. All right, so let's put some graphics on the screen here and allow more time for more people to join the Solstice stream. Let me bring it up on my own device so I can watch the stream myself. Yes. And if you've tuned in on YouTube, make sure you leave us a comment. We can put your chats up on the YouTube stream. As far as the Twitch stream, cannot put your chats up on the Twitch screen. At least not at the moment, so give us a minute on that. And thanks for leaving comments, Meow Vicious and Smash Staff. Yeah, I don't think we're live on Twitch. I don't know what's going on with it. For some reason, I press start stream. Oh, here we go. All right, going live on Twitch now. Twitch.tv/smAshomash. There we go. Thanks for tuning in, Twitch. And I would say to all y'all Twitch-type folks, Arrgh, Matey. We're bringing in the new year the correct way. By dressing as a pirate. Yeah, that's right. So we're counting down to the solstice here. And we've only got 25 minutes. 25 minutes until spring ends. And we have to make a bunch of stowaways walk the plank. Yes, that's right. And we're going to be consuming a number of beverages, starting out with the soft seltzer with no flavoring or anything, just basic carbonated water. Ah, yes. So what are all of you viewers into for the final moments of your spring, or if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, which some of our audience is, actually? What are you up to? What's new and exciting? What will your summer entail? Let's put up some imagery of the closest star, shall we? If that doesn't make you want to keel haul somebody, I don't know what does. Oh, wait. You don't necessarily want to keel haul somebody. Leave us a comment if you know what keel hauling is. So, by the way, my voice is shattered, if you're wondering. And it's because I started the stream out here by yelling and acting generally like a maniac. So there we go. There is some imagery of the sun. That's a 48-hour video, actually. The last 2 days, approximately. There was a small coronal mass ejection, by the way, folks. It was the kind that misses to the northeast, or northwest, rather. I suppose I can bring that up. The latest solar event, folks, a coronal mass ejection. By the way, we do have a solar event logger as well. We just haven't really been populating smAshomash.com/forum with that much stuff. So there you go. And to our Twitch viewers, we're showing imagery of... Does that show up? If you head to youtube.com/smAshomash, there's a companion video where you can see the screen share. And we normally screen share to Twitch when we stream live. But we don't normally have a Festivus poll here by our side. You got to have your Festivus poll for any solstice celebration. It's not technically Festivus, but you need a celebratory aluminum pole at any important astronomical event celebration. And hopefully your voice isn't shattered like mine. I only slept a few hours and then got right back to it because I had to set up the alarm and get up several hours early for the Solstice stream. and also prepare the plank for the stowaways to walk. The first thing we'll be doing in the summer, and it'll be 11:32 when the solstice rolls around here. First thing we'll be doing is making some scurvy dogs walk the plank. And when I say scurvy dogs, I mean beverages. And when I say walk the plank, I mean get chugged. So yeah, just finishing out my spring here with some quality. I'm increasing my carbon footprint. Yeah, that's right. Yes, open a can. Open a can today, folks. Or maybe burn a tire, but certainly open a can today and increase your carbon footprint. Or perhaps keel haul somebody. Keel haul somebody who's deserving. All right, so we can actually see the chats now. Thanks for leaving a comment, smAsho staff. All the chats are running now. We've got chats available on Twitch, and you can leave comments on YouTube as well. Thanks to everybody who left comments. Meow Vicious. So, cheers. Here's the Lasco C2. I'll bring up the same number of frames, 50 at 3 frames per second here. That's how you use that, by the way. And for you folks who are new to the channel, we spend most of our time on the channel handling space weather information. Not creating a fusillade to take out those Spanish bad guys. Hey viewers, there's a Spanish galleon off the starboard bow. It's time to turn into the wind for another fusillade. Come down off of the crow's nest and man the cannons. All right, we're not really going to fire cannons. Remember, folks, the reason that we wear eye patches is so that if we have to go into a dark area, our vision is already prepared. It's quite useful. And shout out to Mothra. What a great idea with the eye patches. We'll be able to behave like pirates all summer. Thanks to your assistance here, we are stoked. We're going to be wearing eye patches, Hawaiian shirts, and hats that have nothing to do with piracy. By the way, we're going to have to land the smAsho bunker at our pirate fortress, which just happens to be located at Mogadishu, Somalia, if you're wondering. Let's bring up some other imagery of the sun. How about 304 angstroms? A crowd favorite. Excellent. Yeah, so we've only got a few minutes of spring remaining here, and we'll continue streaming for like a half an hour. We expect it to be about an hour stream total length here. And I am really not sure what part of the sun that coronal mass ejection came from. I did see some activity up in this area. My best guess would be that it was actually from over here somewhere. Because I see some flailing going on in that area. From this view, you can probably see this massive filament up here. There is actually quite a lot of filamentary material that still appears to be hanging around, sort of in the earthly zone, I'll say. I'll bet we've got some better imagery than that. And indeed, you can see that there are a bunch of filaments there. So a whole lot of material still sort of suspended out between Earth and Sun there. This reddish orange color here, that's the filament color. And again, Twitch, you can always bring up another window to see that ton of filamentary material there. And when I say ton, I mean, you know, probably more like billions of tons of material. Mostly hydrogen. And I got to tell you, while it's worth having an eye patch on your face so that if you have to go into a dark area like below decks, if you're on a traditional pirate ship, these things are really hot. Holy crap, man. All right, and check out this story. Smash staff loves this story. She thinks it's so hilarious. So I have a faux leather glasses case, kind of like this. You know, just like a thin, like a small little glasses case made out of faux leather. And I put my keys in there when I ride the bike. And yesterday, yes, that's what day it is. Yesterday, I did a 32 miler, and I couldn't find this little bag before I went riding, right? I couldn't find the bag. It was so unfortunate. Couldn't find it. And I thought I looked everywhere, and I did. I even looked, well, I'll get to that. So anyway, I got done riding, and we're like, that's so weird that we can't find that little bag, right? So I get done, and I take my helmet off, and I put my hand on my head like this, and guess what's sitting on top of my head? The little pleather bag that I carry my keys in. Yep, it means that I was riding the whole day in very hot and humid temperatures, I might add. In a very hot and humid environment with a faux leather bag sitting on top of my head. I wonder if that messed with the airflow of the ventilation of my helmet. So, yep, that's a reason to take your helmet off occasionally, folks. It's that was brilliant. Anyway, I decided to put my keys in an unmatched sock, of which I have, I think, each type of sock that I own multiple pairs of, I also own a missing sock somewhere, hidden in some sort of a sock limbo alternate dimension. Let us know in the comments how many socks you have that are in alternate dimensions. And thanks for commenting, Brandon Moyd. All right, so let's bring up our countdown here. As I don't know what time it is, it's very difficult to try to look at or type or do anything with one eye covered. It's not highly recommended. Not highly recommended at all, and it's not fun. So, while it does give you a lovely night vision retention, it is, oh my gosh. It is, that's some wrist-cutting material if I ever saw it. All right, so, oh geez. I look like it's early summer here. Holy crap. All right. So let's bring up our countdown. Only 18 minutes. It's enough to make you start drinking beer. I may start drinking beer before summer even arrives, folks. I don't know. But first, more seltzer. Seltzer. So yeah, we're just we've got actually only under 12 minutes. Under 12 minutes to go here until the solstice. So what is the solstice, you're wondering perhaps? The solstice is when the sun reaches its highest point on the ecliptic. in the sky in the northern hemisphere, or the lowest point on its path across the sky known as the ecliptic in the southern hemisphere. And it's essentially the brightest day of the year if you're talking about the whole day, but there's an actual moment of the solstice. So someplace at noontime, right? If you go to the opposite side of the world, someplace around China, actually. Wherever it's noontime at 11:32 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time is having the sunniest moment on the planet, as where it's noon. The sun is at the apex of its path across the ecliptic and so on, but it has to be true noon, which, by the way, happens at 1 p.m. during daylight savings time. So anyway, we're pushing 10 minutes here. 10 minutes, folks. And let me take that back off the screen, as it's not particularly visually stimulating. I took the Smash News Network. Least busted. Naming news. I left that on, but then I took it back off Twitch. So Twitch, you're just seeing like a close-up of my greasy face. As we're using no keying here. We're just no filters, and again, pardon the debris. We weren't expecting company. I just have a tripod sitting on my table here, folks. So anyway, to give you a better idea of what's going on, there you go. There's the workstation and the Festivus pole. You won't see that very often on Twitch, but for the solstice, it's pretty important. So there you go. Ah, yes. So nine and a half minutes until spring officially ends. And let us know what you're drinking. I'm about to switch beverages. I need some additional energy here, so it's time to chug some sugar, some high fructose corn syrup, and a concoction of other chemicals that will be highly objectionable to many of our viewers, because you got to be edgy with your beverages. So, and don't worry, it's not kombucha tea. Meow Vicious says tree frogs are singing in the backyard. Yes, we've got a pretty lively series of animals going on around this place. And let me get a beverage. All right, I'm going to switch to the Taco Bell exclusive. Switching to the Taco Bell exclusive Baja Blast. The Taco Bell exclusive Mountain Dew Baja Blast is on deck. Alcohol, suit up. Soda's about to be on the bench. All right. So, yes, we've got our Festivus poll. We're very excited about solstice time. So we're staring at the sun. I mean, why don't we bring up a star chart here? How about if we bring up a star chart? That seems appropriate, no? So you're just about at the moment of the sun being at its highest point in the sky. Again, which really most likely happens someplace else. Although, let us know if you're viewing the video from Socialist China. And let us know if you follow us on Twitter. Twitter.com/smashamash. We just started following a new Twitter account over there. Friends of Socialist China. Yes. All right, so here's a star chart. All right. Why don't we let's go to nullschool.net here for a moment, as this has got all kinds of cool settings on it. So if you turn on the UV index, that does indeed get. How about the misery index? That's that's a great statistic, right? The misery index. It's like a calculation. It's a calculation of heat and humidity, I think. The misery index. What a great statistic. Hey, what's your misery index at? We're at a misery index here of. Oh, look, that's hilarious. It says. It says feels like 105 degrees. That's great. The misery index. And Twitch, I know you can't see it. We usually do screen share to Twitch, but the misery index. It's on nullschool.net. It's fantastic. Gotta know how miserable it is. Looks like the most miserable place right now is. I can't say it, folks. It's baited. The most miserable place is baited. China, okay? China. 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 That's my vocal rendition of the Jaws theme to China. China. All right. Enough of that. Oh, man. We've only got 4.5 minutes of spring yet. And before summer rolls around, folks, before summer rolls around, how about if you learn how to say China, okay? China. Here's how you say China. It's spelled C-H-I-D-A, okay? China. 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 And you want to say it with a Trump accent and as if you have sinusitis. So imagine having a completely stuffed up nose. Don't imagine having an eye patch on your face, though, because you will it will drive you nuts. Imagine having sinusitis to the point where your whole head is completely stuffed and you take it like this, okay? And you say China. China. You just hold your nose when you say it. China. 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 It's perfect. Now you know. You're welcome. You're welcome to everybody who doesn't know how to say China. If you haven't said China aloud, please say China aloud. You want to sound like Trump with sinusitis, it's the way to do it. Whether you're a Trump fan or a Trump foe or a Trump neutral, I don't know, and I don't care. However, we've only got 3 minutes left until summertime. Holy cripes. Can you believe it's summer already? Did your spring go by at like shocking speeds? Why am I not full screen? There we are. As the countdown to the solstice continues. And as soon as summer hits, we're going to make somebody walk the plank, folks. It's going to be awesome. Next on the agenda is Taco Bell Original. Yeah. Baja Blast. It's time to get blasted on high fructose corn syrup. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's full GMO, baby. If you're wondering if it's GMO or not, here at the Smash News Network, our beverages are made in China. Okay? China. Oh, geez, that's way too sweet. But, all right, in any case, it must be the high fructose corn syrup. Yes, the high fructose corn. Here's the ingredients for Twitch. And there they are, and you probably can't read them on YouTube. Cheers. Enjoy that. I'm not going to read them all because you'll be horrified as to what is in there. Oh my God. Here at the Smash News Network, least busted name and news, we chug high fructose corn syrup. No Diet Cokes, no Diet Pepsis, okay? We want sucralose and aspartame and high fructose corn syrup and stevia, everything all mixed into everything all at the same time, okay? And we want it all to be made in China. Oh, by the way, Mountain Dew Baja Blast is not really made in China. This is actually... Jeez, I can't see jack It's from Purchase, New York. Purchase, New York. Zip code 10577 if you want to go visit the factory. And it's nearly summertime, folks. We've only got 40 more seconds. So prepare to blast into the next season. What will you be doing with your summer, or perhaps your winter if you're in the Southern Hemisphere? I'll be continuing to step on the gas and making scurvy dogs walk ye plank. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And happy summer, folks. Welcome to the next season. Welcome to the Solstice 2021. The June Solstice 2021, as there'll be another one. And we'll stream live for that too. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Chug them if you got them. I don't know if you want to chug one of these Mountain Dew Baja Blasts. It's pretty sweet. I like to dilute them with seltzer water. That's why I have both. But since I didn't take the time to mix them, good God, is that sweet. Holy cripes. Here at the Smash News Network, when I chug sugar, I go, my body says, what the hell is this? Many of you may not be aware that I practice autophagy most days. Yes, autophagy. It's where I jam all of my calories into the same few hours of the day. And if I'm not doing like an all-day extreme athletic effort, I would have no reason to do something like eat breakfast. So that's sort of a normal thing. And I'm going to bring up some additional imagery here of the closest star and then rant about various things to kick off the summer. So yes, welcome to summer, folks, in the Northern Hemisphere. I'm taking this pirate, this eye patch off immediately, as it is incredibly annoying. And I'm putting on my pink rear view shades because it's very bright now. Yes, all right, that is summertime all day. The pink rear view shades, folks. If you'd like to buy a set, they're $200 a piece. They are Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Check it out. No lie. Kellogg's Raisin Bran rear view shades. $200. $200 or best offer. I'm just kidding. They're not even for sale. They're priceless. Yes, if you'd like to look like a character on The Matrix. Maybe you can find them on eBay. I don't know. I'll bet you they're selling for at least $30. That's my guess. All right, let's bring up some composite imagery. Composite imagery of stellar activity. Here you go. At the Smash News Network, we show lots of this. Here's more. Anyway, that's 171 angstroms and magnetogram. And if you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the next season. And let's actually go back to nullschool.net here, as if you bring up the UV index, that'll give you an idea of where the sun is actually located over the planet right now. Yes, the UV index. So noontime must be someplace around the Philippines. Very high UV indexes, yes. Did you know that humid weather actually raises your UV index? It's because of the refractive nature of water molecules. Yes, you ever notice you get a worse sunburn and more total coverage of sunburn on a humid day than on a dry day? It's because of water and its diffusion of ultraviolet light. Can Squatch says pancreas not liking the Baja Mountain. All right. And thanks everybody for leaving comments. Oh, we've got a ton of comments here. Let me expand the size of that a little bit and give you a slightly larger font. And for Twitch viewers, we're on YouTube as well. If you've just tuned in or something like that, twitch.tv/smAsho. And if you're vice versa, youtube.com/smAsho, streaming in 2 spots at the same place. Socks and pens. Meow Vicious is missing socks and pens. Kombucha. Somebody's drinking edgy kombucha beverages. Happy summer, grand solar minimum for reals. Is that Zach Toven? Cheers, Zach Toven. Yes. Yes, there's nothing more summery than the hot pink rear view shades. You can see when somebody's trying to look at your butt. It's perfect. Can Squatch says 105 in a polluted Chinese city. Wear your mask. Actually, China stopped wearing masks last summer. They started having concerts outdoors with no masked people. They did require a digital green thing. They had a weird, it was a digital nightmare. I won't get into exactly how it worked, but it was basically everybody being voluntarily tracked because the CCP said you must be tracked. And I'm finishing off this Baja Blast. It's not that much of a blast. Hopefully the high fructose corn syrup will go directly to my thighs. Let me obtain a more appropriate beverage. More appropriate for a weekend of bicycle racing, too. I'll get back to that in a moment. We've got the local brew, so making sure to have the appropriate beverage. By the way, the Pottstown bike race was this weekend. I don't know if there's any more racing. I guess the racing's clearly over. I've got a 3-day weekend, but most people don't. Yes, I will not be going to work tomorrow. And many of you may realize that I wear many hats, both literally and figuratively. I have multiple jobs. Anyway, I'm drinking the local brew here. And let me get rid of this Festivus pole also. Festivus pole, you've been banished. All right. So drinking the local brew here. Check it out. It's the America's oldest continually operating brewery since 1829, Yuengling. That's not an ad, by the way. We're not paid to endorse Yuengling. Yuengling may decide to send a cease and desist order. Just kidding, folks. Just kidding, folks. We're not that controversial. All right, Linda Estelle says time to grow tomatoes, as store-bought tomatoes taste like disappointment. Tomato plants are about 2 foot high. Well done, Meow Victorious. Anyway, allow me to enjoy some of this Yingling Premium. It's not that bad. Enjoy responsibly, folks. If you're driving, don't pancreas, and if you pancreas, don't drive. That's my favorite comment of the night so far. Consquatch. Are you saying your pancreas doesn't like the Baja Mountain Dew? What? That's... You're kidding, right? Your pancreas doesn't like the Baja Blast? I mean, I don't know why it would really care. I guess it prefers yogurt. Anyway, yes, the future's so bright. You've got to wear shades. Cheers. All right, so yeah, Yingling Premium. That's now if you're not familiar with the local beers, I'll just talk about that for a quick moment. The local beers, folks. Let me get rid of the UV index. The local beers, folks, it's called Yingling Lager. That's what everybody drinks. They drink Yingling Lager. Every place has it. We'll bring up the jet streams instead here. What the heck? Where is the color? I must have clicked on something strange. That is bizarre looking. There we go. I pressed refresh and it fixed it. That's a little consumer tip for you. Anyway, that's the sunniest part of the planet right now. It's about to be noontime in the Philippines. And it's very summery there, I'll say. And let's put up imagery of what's over my head for once. There we go. If you're wondering where we're located right about here in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. Again, thanks for tuning in, everybody on YouTube. Drink them if you got them. What do you got? And let's bring up a test pattern while I pick up some news stories. We're going to go to a site we usually don't look at when it comes to news stories. Well, first of all, let's go to my Twitter. We've got some retweets. And you may find some interesting and controversial stuff on the Twitter. Twitter.com/smAsho. We just retweeted one about China's path to zero poverty. I won't show you on the screen. All right, let's head to, check this out. I have not looked at this beforehand. I just went directly to it. 12 dead in Alabama due to tropical storm, including 9 children in crash. A multi-vehicle crash. You would have thought people would have drowned, but they found a way to crash cars, apparently. And another one of the hats I wear is as professional driver. And let me tell you, when things reopened following the COVIDiotic lockdowns, wow, driving was much worse. Last year, of course, driving throughout most of the year, and the Lehigh Valley is notoriously horrendous for driving because of choke points and because of large bends in the Lehigh River and just the local topography and various reasons. But yeah, it's been extra bad in the past couple weeks. I'm hoping it'll simmer down a little bit when people sort of get into their routines. But of course, you'll have people going on vacation all summer and so on. So have some driving skill, folks. Seriously, have some driving skill. That's all I'll say. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it too much because the trick is, let me just explain what the trick is, folks. It's very simple. All you got to do is, and the endorsement you're going to get here is bizarre, but check this out. I'm going to give you I'm going to tell you how to beat the traffic. So this is the value added service for this this particular. Oh, and we got to get this on screen. So maps.google.com. Maps.google.com. I'm going to endorse that because all of the other good map programs use data from Google anyway. So it's very good, and one of the most useful things ever is the traffic layer. So you can put multiple layers on here, and I'm not that familiar with navigating this on a desktop, but here we go. On the computer, here you go. There's the traffic scenario. And I'm just going to find a place that has heavy traffic. The Big Apple. And it's actually good to see some traffic congestion so late at night. Although you may not want to be stuck in traffic in Queens to kick off your summer. Anyway, happy summer, everybody. So anyway, the point is, if you turn on that traffic layer, it is quite useful indeed. And if you plot your route on Google Maps, and you can put multiple stops in there and everything, if you plot your route, it will actually reroute you. It'll offer to reroute you based on traffic. So it's very useful. And if you're using something like Waze, that's all powered by Google Maps anyway. You don't have to be tracked in order to use the service, although a lot of people are tracked. And the way that it works, I've researched this. The way this works is, if you see an area that's orange, that means traffic is slowed there. It's around or below the speed limit. If you see this light red color, that means traffic is very slow there, significantly below the speed limit. And if you see this dark red color right here, it means traffic is completely stopped. So here we see a special pile of you-know-what, where the eastbound lanes of 95 right here are entirely closed because of 3 crashes. And this happens all the time. People will crash into the previous crash. A great example of why you should look as far ahead on the road as you possibly can. And slow down early. Put on your 4-ways. Maybe prevent a crash. Maybe cause others to be safer on the road and prevent some liability and loss of life, limb, and the pursuit of happiness. All right, drinking some more seltzer here to supplement my cheap beer and sugar consumption. All right, let me put your chats back up on the screen. Again, everybody leaving a comment. Leave some comments soon. We'll be ending this stream in about 10 minutes. So we're going to take a little intermission here. We're going to blast some music, put some more solar imagery on the screen. And I'm not going to vomit from chugging a bunch of high fructose corn syrup. One of my friends and I used to just refer to it as HFCS because it's in everything. HFCS, folks, let us know what you think of HFCS. High fructose corn syrup. Ouch! Meow Vicious says, never drive faster than your guardian angel can fly. That's a good concept. All right, so who's doing some bike riding this summer? I'll be doing quite a bit of bike riding. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/smAsho. Yes, it's at smAsho all over the place. Let's bring up the 171 angstroms SDO imagery. So some crazy flooding going on. Actually, let's check out the Doppler radar map here. Heavy rains around the Great Lakes and across Iowa, also some strong storms. Here's a U.S. Doppler radar map. And we do meteorology segments daily, actually. I guess I can stay on two screens here for a moment. And I'm going to take a brief intermission here. We're going to play Arrgh. And I'll be back in 1 minute. All right, we're back. I apologize for that temporary aside. Drink Yingling, even if you're not paid to do so. I'm just kidding, folks. All right. So, yeah, happy summer, viewers. Do you have a favorite news website that you'd like to visit? Tell us your favorite news website in the comments, whether on YouTube or on Twitch. Leave us a comment. Let us know your favorite news site. And whoever types in a news site first, we will visit that website's homepage. And who knows what could come of this. In the meantime, until somebody puts in their favorite news site in the comments, we're going to go to CNN.com. I'm sure this should bring up some comments. Most trusted name in news, CNN. You know, the Central News Network. It's a very trusted name in news, right? Is it the least busted name in news? I don't know. Do you know anything about totally non-busted names in news? Have you ever seen a news network that's completely nothing but objective information? And Pull My Finger says Newsmax. He says Oppenheimer Ranch Project, as if that's a news network. Anyway, CNN's top headline is Meet 7 Defenders of the Big Lie. At the Smash News Network, least busted name in news, the 7 defenders of the big lie are... What does this mean? What does this mean? It must be politics. An eruption of rage at the Capitol left the U.S. on shaky ground. Meet the 7 defenders. Oh, path to insurrection. Assault on democracy. Ye scurvy dogs shall walk the plank. This project is best experienced with media enabled. Well, that's off screen immediately. We prefer to have our videos not demonetized and banned from YouTube entirely. Who knows what that could do? So we'll just take it off screen. Thanks for causing us to be at risk of who knows what damage it could do to our channel. Thanks, CNN. I guess Newsmax is legitimate enough to be considered a news source, unlike certain busted names in news. All right, let's see what this is. DeSantis tops in straw poll. Trump close second. So yes, I know people that are highly ungrateful for DeSantis's governorship of Florida, which is, I guess it's probably the state. It's certainly one of the states that seems to have handled the scamdemic better than the others. And let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Chinese virus that's made in China. Okay, China. Let's talk about that. I've been right about it the entire time. And I had to put my life where my mouth was last January. So smAshomash.com/forum started covering it on January 23rd, 2020. And we did for about 6 months. We covered the coronavirus every day approximately. Some days putting up multiple news articles in their entirety on our own website because we figured lots of articles would get retracted and scrubbed entirely or, you know, altered, edited, changed, redacted, retracted. And what I said was that I'm not doing anything differently. I'm not wearing a mask until I'm forced to because of people like Tom Wolfe, who are not qualified to make any healthcare decisions for me. But I said I'm not wearing a mask. I'm going to the grocery store, doing everything normally. When I get home, I'm washing my hands afterwards, the exact same procedure I always did. Because really the key to hand washing, folks, is just realizing when your hands are contaminated. You go out in public, you handle a bunch of packages that who knows who handled or sneezed on recently. Just go home, put your groceries away, and then wash your hands. We featured videos on the channel about doctors telling people to come home and spray all of the products that you bought from the store in disinfectant and wear a hazmat suit or perhaps a full astronaut suit when you're taking the groceries out. Perhaps spray poison on yourself and on everything else. And that I'm not going to say anything else other than that's cheap Chinese plastic. Okay, that's why it says China. China. Anyway, that should be enough to enrage half of our audience at least. It's funny that it's strange that yes, Father's Day on the Solstice. Enjoy the final minute of Father's Day as well. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Cheers. Anyway, who thinks Trump will run for president in 2024? Are you excited about that? That's the top headline on Newsmax. Let's go to probably my now favorite and most viewed news source. Here at Smash News Network, least busted name of news, we regularly view Zero Hedge. Let's see the top headline over here, as they feature all kinds of articles that are oh geez, Powell just launched $2 trillion in heat-seeking missiles. That's a great way to start your summer, huh? How about a little inflation for you there, eh? Hey, what's wrong with those dollars, huh? What are they made in? Cheddar? 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 You know, if you're smart, you could be like the De Niro, the Pacino. The De Niro Pacino of COVID, What are your thoughts on Andrew Cuomo? How is he still governor? Is Fauci still the highest paid government employee? Is Saint Dr. Anthony Fauci still the U.S. top paid employee? Now, we were accusing him of fraud back in December because he actually clearly committed fraud. He admitted lying on purpose about vaccination requirements to achieve herd immunity. He changed his numbers based on polls. So, anyway, it looks like the Fed is printing some money and injecting it into the economy. Only $2 trillion worth. The next repo crisis, wonderful. The Fed talked about raising rates, which crashed the markets, by the way. The Fed just mentioned raising rates. It says it expects 2 rate hikes over the next 2 years. And the market was like, oh no, that our cheap money source has evaporated. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm going to let the article scroll here. How about a little bit of inflation for you? The repriced RRP facility will become a problem for the banking system. The banking system is going from being asset constrained, deposit flooding in, but nowhere to lend them but to the Fed, to being liability constrained, deposits slipping away, and nowhere to replace them but the money market. Oh, brother. Anyway, there's a little bit of dollar turmoil going on as the ones you hold are losing value promptly. As the U.S. seeing the highest inflation rate it's seen since, I believe, the 1970s. And by the time we're done with QE, we'll be pushing the inflation rate seen in the 1970s. By the way, groceries and gas have been eliminated from the Consumer Price Index, folks. If you're wondering about the validity of the Consumer Price Index, it turns out that groceries and gas were removed from the Consumer Price Index. If you're wondering why that is, it's because those are too volatile. So just let that sink in for a moment. Food and gas are too volatile to be included in the Consumer Price Index. They'll make inflation appear higher than inflation really is. Does that make any sense? Just think about how ridiculous of a concept that is. All right, so it's after 12. It's about time to close out the video. We're going to bring up some additional solar imagery here to close things out. We're going to play one more track by Golden Cat Productions. By the way, under the YouTube video in the description, there should be a link to our SoundClick account, soundclick.com/goldencatproductions, soundclick.com/goldencatproductions. And what could I play? Oh, there we go. I'm going to play Sterling Groove. That's a great way to kick off summer. A great way to kick off summer with an improvised studio track featuring C4 and Arabian and me at the time known as Vi Chang, but yours truly, aka smAsho Mash. And we're going to bring up some composite imagery of the closest star here to close out the video. Just give me one moment. And leave any other comments that you're planning on leaving. We'll let the comments on the screen to close out our Solstice stream. I guess Smash staff made those scurvy dogs walk the plank. I don't know. Frankly, I'm too busy for any plank walking procedures. There's some imagery. Here are your chats. And I'll be right back once again, taking a little break. I shall return at the end of the song. All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Happy summer. We'll talk to you soon. We'll be coming at you with the daily space weather. Check our other playlists, like and subscribe, etc. See you next time. This has been me, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho Mash, signing off from the Smash News Network, least busted, naming news.